A couple days ago, Macy's had up to 50% off selected makeup items, and so I decided to purchase them, and they just came in yesterday. So I'm going to be doing a makeup look using the makeup that I just got. I'm not sponsored by any of the products that I show today. This is literally just me doing a makeup look. So we are going to be using the Tartelette Toasted Palette. So when I start my makeup, I typically brush my eyebrows out first so that they're all going in one direction. So I'm going to go in today with the Magic Collection 24-hour long-lasting eyebrow gel, which I get from my local beauty supply, and it works wonderfully. So I typically start about halfway through my eyebrow and work my way towards the back, and then come back towards the front without dipping my brush again, so that the front of my eyebrows don't have that harsh boxy look and look much more natural. So once I get my eyebrows to my liking, I will be going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn and putting that directly under my eyebrows so that I can clean up any mistakes that I have made and kind of give my eyebrows that nice sleek look as if I just got them waxed. So I'm going to blend that out and make sure that all those harsh lines are gone. And I might have to take my brush and kind of soften up some of the eyebrow again towards the front, and then I'll take my beauty blender and blend all that out into my skin so I can move on to the next step. So once I've finished my eyebrows, I go in onto my eyes, and I will be using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance 24-hour eyeshadow primer. And so this is just to make sure that my eyeshadow kind of lasts all day. So I usually take that product and pat it into my eyelids with my finger, and then I go in with that same concealer in the shade Fawn and put another layer on top of my eyelids so that I have a nice clean palette to work with and my colors will show up on my skin. So then I will blend all of that concealer into my eyes to create that nice clean surface so I can then go in with our eyeshadows. So for our base color today, we'll be going in with the color Cashmere, and I'll be using a medium-sized blending brush to kind of blend that into the crease of my eyelid. And this is to serve, like I said, as a base color so that when we start working with our other colors, it'll blend and transition nicely. So then we're gonna go in with the shade Warmth, and we're gonna put that in the same place in that crease. And this is gonna serve as our transition shade. Then we're going to go in with a smaller blending brush in the shade Cozy, and we're going to hit the top of our crease. And go in with the shade Flame and pat that all on the eyelid. And this is going to be our main color, and the main thing you're going to see, I was going more for a bronzy natural look today, so that is what we're doing. When I blend out my colors, I typically don't wipe off my blending brush because I'm trying to work all those colors in and make them look nice, but everybody does things differently. So once I get those all blended in, we're going to go in the shade Cozy again because I wanted a little bit of a darker red in my crease. And I'll just blend that out until it is to where I would like it to be. We're then going to go in with the shade Fireside, and we're going to hit the back of our eye. And this is to give it that smoky effect. And so I'm gonna be placing it with a small eyeshadow brush in a C formation so that I can give a little bit of a winged effect with that shadow. So I work my way towards the middle of my eye with that darker color to again make sure those colors are blending and transitioning in together nicely. Then I take that same blending brush and again, just go over the colors I've already put on and make sure they're blending well together. So once we finish that, we're gonna go in with the shade Latte, and this is just to kind of dull out that concealer and go with the rest of my eyeshadow and give it a nice clean look. So then we're gonna take that same brush, like I said, without dipping it into anything else, and blending out everything and making sure you got it, everything flows together nicely. So then we're gonna go in with the shade Candle and work that into the inner corner part of our eye. And this is just to give a little highlight and focus in on the center of my face. So once I get it into my crease, we are going to start working on our face. So I typically take a clean angled brush and just brush the fall off. So then I will be going in with the Photo Finish Smashbox primer. I have never used this primer before, but they were giving away free samples and I just wanted to give it a try, and I must say I did like it. It gave me a nice smooth base to be able to work with. So once we get that all in, we're gonna go in with that same Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn and hit my highlights. Now I like to do my highlights before I do my foundation because I personally like for it to all flow together and you to barely tell that I have done my highlights. So I will blend all that out underneath my eye. Typically I dampen my beauty blender and this just helps your makeup go on your skin a little easier. When you have a dry beauty blender, it tends to make you have to press a little harder into your face. So once we get that all blended out, we are going to then do our eyeliner. So I take that eyeliner and I bring it out. I am not a fan of giant wings. I like little wings on the side. And so I'll go ahead and line up my eyes. And then we're going to move on to the face. So I work with Fenty Beauty products. I will put the shade in the description below because I do not remember, but you guessed it, we're gonna blend all that makeup out and make sure we don't see any of the lines that this may leave. You want it to look as natural as possible, so make sure you hit underneath your chin and a little on your neck so that the colors all flow together and it looks like your skin. Then we are going to go in and finish doing our highlights, and I do the bridge of my nose, the top part of my lip and the bottom part of my lip, and then also my forehead and a little bit on the cheeks. Then I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Mahagony, and this is to do kind of our lowlights, and this is just to serve as the shadows that your face naturally has. So you want to focus in on the highlighted parts that we've put, and then the shadows will kind of hide out the sections that you want to hide. So we're gonna blend. And once we get that all blended, I then go in with Smooth Minerals by Avon, and I use this as a setting powder. I like it. It's actually a powder foundation, but it gives me a little bit of color. Then I will be doing my lashes, and I love the Better Than Sex mascara. It makes my lashes look so incredibly long. And I will put that on, and then we will brush off all of the excess powder off of my face. Then we're going to go in and do our highlight with the Fenty Beauty in the shade Hustla Baby. I just got this highlight and I absolutely love it. It gives you a nice glow without looking like too much, and a little bit definitely goes a long way. So this was a sample pack that also came with the gloss, and I will probably be purchasing the full size versions soon. So we're gonna hit our cheeks, the tip of our nose, and a little on our lip, and then I take that same brush that I brushed my setting powder off with and just go over my face real quick. We're then going to go in with the Fenty Beauty lip gloss in the shade Fenty Glow. I really like this lip gloss. It's very long lasting. I have literally eaten a whole meal and still had a little bit of gloss left on my lips, which is saying a lot for lip gloss. So then we go back in and do our bottom lashes. And then when I make mistakes, I usually take my small concealer brush and go underneath my eye to get some of that excess mascara off. And then I take a clean spoolie and just brush out any clumps that may be there. And there you go. Our look is finished. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you want to see more looks like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video.